Good morning. Welcome to another great episode of Monday Morning Coffee with Josh. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. Did some fun things, hanging out with friends, family, countrymen, whatever you guys do. I hope it was good. This week I got a pretty basic coffee. It's the Hannaford brand coffee. You can buy it in giant bags, and that's why I chose to buy it, because I use it for my cold brew, which in past episodes I've talked about how it takes a lot of beans. So I have in some ways tried to find inexpensive beans that come in large volume. And so hopefully this tastes pretty good. I have it in my glass. Let's give it a try. Yeah, there's not a lot of excitement in this. It's like brown water that has a little bit of like a, hey, by the way, I'm coffee kind of flavor to it. I'm going to give it like a 4 or a 5 out of tastiness. It does have a smooth quality to it because it is cold brew, low and acidic. So there's that, but not highly recommending it unless you want a lot of coffee for a really cheap price. There's that. So this week earlier I posted about being stuck between knowing what to do and action, and then doing that. And I find this to be common while working with clients and talking with people through mostly nutrition. And it doesn't come up as much with training. It does sometimes, but primarily the clients I work with are weight loss or fat loss. And so nutrition is a huge sticking point that's very hard. And that's where it comes up with the idea of knowing. You can learn so much information about how to eat, what to eat, when to eat, and so on. But the big question I like to ask people after meeting with them for 15 minutes and trying to kind of come up with what habit to work on or what area to look at is at the end of the conversation going, now what? Now what are you going to do with what we just talked about? Or what are you going to do with what you just read? So what action are you going to take now from this? And sometimes it's good to just vent. That's great, but it's not going to solve the problem. And sometimes that's all you need, but that problem is going to be there. And you may ask, now what? So I just read a great book. And if I don't ask now what, I essentially just read a book and didn't waste time, but I didn't get out of that if I'm not going to actually take 1 or 2 action items from that. So at the end of a conversation or after deciding, man, I'm not happy with the results I'm getting, well, I think it might be this, I think it might be that, but at the end, now what are you going to do? What are you going to do differently than before? And it could be just something little as, I'm going to prepare a meal, but there needs to be some action. There needs to be something either added to your equation or more likely taken away from the equation to change results. For, as the saying goes, something like doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results is insanity. And it's the same thing in that. If I keep on coming back and complaining about the same problem, but I haven't made any changes from what we were expecting. So just kind of ask yourself, now what am I going to do differently now? And it can be uncomfortable, but if you need help with that, always feel free to reach out to me at josh@joshwilliamsfitness.com. Any questions or comments, please leave them down below. Happy to interact, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.